Hi, it's Antoine from Resource Education. Today, I'm going to share with you an activity for negotiations. That's right, I have a very good, very advanced adult group at the moment. It's a corporate group. And these guys, we've been doing argumentation, we've been doing speeches, things like that of late. But now we're starting negotiations. We're going one step further. Instead of now just thinking about our arguments and how to present them in the best way, I'm pushing these learners to think about the arguments of the other side and prepare for solid negotiations. So they're thinking about the arguments of the other side more than they are of theirs. And I'm going to use an activity called Magical World Leaders. This activity is really, it works like a charm for kids, teenagers, and adults. Even though the pictures might look a little childish, my students are loving this. The whole idea is that we're going to have a G8 type summit between leaders of different magical worlds. So my adults who like being concrete, they ask me directly, whoa, are these different planets or is it one planet with different worlds? So in my scenario, it's one planet with these different worlds. We have the medieval king, the sea king, the caveman king, ghost queen, modern people prime minister. There's even a prime minister for the modern people. Wizards and witches queen, etc. There are loads and loads of different magical worlds, and they all have their own agendas. So what we're going to do with this corporate group is that I give them the cards of all of the leaders so that they know the general agendas of everyone. But at first, we are going to focus, for example, on the first two, medieval king and sea king. They have the agendas of all the others. They have the agendas of these two. The medieval king are going to think about the sea king's delegation's agenda and prepare what could be a potential partnership that matches their interests. And the Sea King delegation are going to do the opposite. So look, the medieval king, well, his agenda is to increase the army size to 2,000 people, organize importing of antibiotics against the plague, because bad times to be a medieval king, to get help with organizing a sanitary service, they've got none for now, organizing importing cheap, nourishing foods, canceling witch trials moratorium because they're fed up with the witches. Recognize the alchemist's degree in all universities because, hey, you might not think it's science, but to the medieval king and people, the alchemist's degree is a very serious degree. And the Sea King, his delegation's agenda is to stop plants and factories that pollute water, to get help with cleaning the ocean from plastic waste, to create an accessible environment for mermaids and mermen on the ground. They want to be part of the world society as well. To get help with building underwater resorts for ground walkers because, hey, they believe they have great potential for a tourism industry. To increase fish exports and to agree on no navigation at night. So you see, both groups need to really think about each other's agendas, what they can concede, what can be a good compromise, and they're going to have a very constructive, very interesting, very fruitful negotiation thanks to these agendas. We're even touching politics without touching real life politics, which is something that I like to make sure that nobody gets offended and everybody's views can be expressed without the danger of real life. We are doing negotiations in a magical world setting. It's very engaging. It's very real life, actually. And we're going to have great, constructive, fruitful negotiations. So the activity is right up there on Resource Education, Magic World Leaders Meeting. You can find it very easily by searching, typing in the search, or in the tags. If you look at the type of activities, you can pick a project or a production. If you're looking at the skills, You can select soft skills or advanced communication skills. You'll find Magic World Leaders Meeting. Sign into Resource Education and get your full access for these thousands and thousands of awesome activities.